Okay, I am delighted to be joined by Gary Holt for our Moshville Times interview. Gary from the band Exodus. Gary, thank you so much for joining me. How are you?
I'm good. My pleasure. Doing well. Day off, so
Oh,
much needed.
that is so good. So let's kick off. So Exodus are coming to Glasgow on the 29th of March as part of the Crushers of the World tour with creator Carcass and Nails. So Gary, what makes playing Scotland special for you?
The audience, every show we've ever done in Scotland's been awesome. I mean, I love Braveheart. I know it's very stupid. It's
Yes.
my favorite movie of all time, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
brilliant.
I've been known to quote the entire movie word for word. I know the fucking movie. It's at the point now where it's what I put on when I want to go to sleep. I'm usually crashed before his wife's dead, so
Yeah, yeah, near the beginning.
because I've seen it like 1,000 times. But no, the show's gonna be awesome. The tour is gonna be amazing. I mean, look at what a lineup and all friends, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. And just before, shortly before that day, Exodus are bringing out a new album titled Goliath. So, at that gig in Glasgow, are you planning on releasing some new tracks to fans, or are you going to maybe get a balance with classic tracks as well?
We're trying to get a good balance going. It's never easy, and every album we do, it's harder because people obviously, they're gonna want to hear, Strike of the Beast and Blacklist and Toxic Waltz and Bonded by Blood and all that stuff, but we always also want to play the new material really badly, especially now. So we're gonna try to come up with a balance. We're still figuring it out.
Yeah, cool. We'll look forward to hearing those. And off of the new album, is there a track on it that's feeling especially more personal for you?
Is there one?
Yeah.
The whole album is. I mean, it's the most collaborative effort we've ever done. Like Lee Altus wrote almost half the music on the album. Like we wrote and recorded 18 songs, where our goal was to finish the next album as well. So we came close to it. We didn't quite hit our goal. We need a couple more songs. By the time we get to that point, we'll have 10 more, but there's worse problems to have.
Yeah.
And and the whole album's deeply personal. We all worked really hard on it. Everybody in the band contributed and we're really proud of it. So, it's hard to pick one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
full thing.
it's hard to pick a single song that represents the whole album. Like we put out the first two singles, and this song is like slow. It's almost doom, and like they're not all doom. There's some of them are 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah,
But the album is the most diverse thing we've ever done. So no one song is like representative of all the others.
yeah,
Um, it's really hard to put a finger on it. This
yeah,
album's it's a collection of just great stuff.
yeah. Amazing. And Gary, talking about touring, before you go on stage, is there like a pre-show ritual that you do?
No, no, it's very businesslike for me. I warm up. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Warm up. The whole band gives each other a fist bump and never twice. It's bad luck if you fist bump the same guy twice before a show.
Is it? I
Uh,
didn't know that.
yeah, for us it is.
Okay.
Someone will come up like that, like, no, I already got you. Don't do it again. Bad show. But other than that, I just warm up an hour prior and get dressed and go out and play and then get off stage and have some dinner. Like we'll go watch 90 Day Fiance.
That's brilliant.
That's what I do. That's
Yeah.
what I do religiously. I'm way, way too addicted to that show and all of its spin-offs. It's ridiculous. I need help.
So, what makes touring still fun? Because you're not new to touring. What makes it still fun for you, or is there something that you miss from like back in the day?
Well, back in the day, I drank, so I mean, but I don't miss that. But yeah, we had some fun getting fucking shit-faced hammered all the time. But I mean, we're all best friends, and so it makes it fun. Like I've been around long enough to see a lot of other bands that are around as long as we have, and they're not like us, you know. To quote Kendrick Lamar, you know, they not like us. Because we like still hang out on all our days off and we still have fun and we still laugh and we don't segregate ourselves from each other and it makes it tolerable, you know, because being away from home sucks, you know, being away from my wife and my kids and my grandkids sucks.
Yeah,
But you know, and I'm always sad when I head to the airport. But the minute I see the guys, I'm happy again, you
yeah.
know, because and then, you know, all right, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be awesome.
That's lovely. And how do you sort of wind down after the show, other than watching 90 Day Fiancé and Braveheart? Is there something else that you do to sort of wind yourself down?
No, I mean I turn it off immediately. I mean, I see other musicians and everybody's different, whatever your situation is. But people will say, "Oh, when I get home, I can't shut it off, and I can't turn it off." And like, I turn that shit off the second I go home. You know, I'm like, I'm back in. I live in the country, so I'm right back to moving firewood and shit. You know, and I love it, and I'm able to turn it off immediately.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish I could turn my phone off more, you know, because I'm constantly doing business. But you know, as far as winding down, I wind down in like seconds after the show. I'm like right back to normal and like, all right,
yeah.
what's the latest episode I'm missing? Or I'll put on RuPaul's Drag Race or something else I love, you know.
You've got some good taste in television series and movies, Gary, I have to say.
I'm fucking. I've got a problem. I'm telling you. One of my favorites though is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh, brilliant.
They're so bad. They're so bad because, you know, they're like so full of themselves, but they're like, you know, they're not even considered wealthy in like LA, you know, they're in Utah, but they're such bad people. Like, so, you know, I watch it and I yell at the TV a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
It's interesting that there's not a Real Housewives of Scotland. I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
There's not a Real Housewives of Scotland, and I don't know why. There should be
They
one.
should. I mean, they have like, you know, 90 Day Fiance UK, you know, why don't they have Real Housewives of Glasgow, you know?
Exactly, exactly. So,
Be awesome.
Gary, if 1985 Gary could see 2026 Gary, what would he see?
What would he say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's an impossible question because there's so many eras in between. Like 1985, Gary would tell 1997 to 2002, Gary, just don't smoke speed.
Yeah.
It's a real problem. It's going to become a problem for you. And but he would also tell him, but you're going to get through it. You
Yeah.
know, you're gonna get through it and be well preserved from years of chemicals and uh and you're gonna be happy. And I mean, I threw away so much of my career, you know, like just tossed it in the fucking gutter due to own bad life choices, you know, and I never take it for granted that I'm still here being like super creative and still touring and being relevant, you know.
Yeah. And I have to ask this. So this question comes from Ian, who's our editor at Moshville. He was devastated that his diary was not available to do this interview. So shout out to Ian. Gary, Ian would like to ask, so Tom is the only founder member of Exodus left, but you're not far behind. So what's kept you with Exodus after all this time?
It's a way of life, being in Exodus. You know, I mean, even in the years I spent with Slayer, you know, I missed this, you know, I missed it. And like when Slayer played their final show, you know, I went from 2 nights sold out at the LA Forum to 2 months later, I was showering in some really sketchy German venue shower, you know, and I loved it. It was awesome. Like, you know, you go through extremes of, you know, from the highest level of comfort to like, do I want to step there, you know? And it's okay. I love it. I love doing this. This is the band I joined when I was 17 years old, you know?
Yeah,
And I'll be 62 in May and I'm still here.
amazing.
What's not to love? I'm
Yeah,
not rich. but I make a living playing guitar, and that's a gift in itself. I can't retire. I got to keep working, but
Yeah.
I love my job. So working isn't a problem.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Gary, you've written some of the most like influential thrash metal riffs. So today, like, where do you still get your inspiration from for your creative flow?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, it'd be easy for some people to say, well, I listen to a lot of modern metal and I take a lot of influence from that, but I don't. I listen to Adele.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the only album I listen to is everything by Adele. That's like I'm obsessed. I love Adele. And my radio in my car is either on sports talk radio or soft rock.
yeah.
I yes, maybe like I'm getting some influence by Christopher Cross. I don't know.
I love Christopher Cross as well, so that's a
It's fucking
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
And Prince. Prince is my musical hero. I probably subconsciously take as much influence from him as they do anyone else. But I still listen to the same rock I did in high school, Nazareth and Thin Lizzy and
yeah,
Ted Nugent and AC/DC and Scorpions and all that stuff. And I still write the same way I always did. I just sit down and jam and play until something sticks.
yeah. And is there a song or a riff that you're most proud of that might surprise fans?
Oh God, that's like choosing a favorite child. I mean, my
That's my
favorite
next
riff,
question.
yeah, my favorite riff I ever wrote is the main riff to Impact is Imminent. And it's just savage and it's tough and it's unique and that is string skipping all over the place. That's like my favorite riff, yeah.
Yeah. And with Exodus, like, what do you feel is the heart of Exodus that stayed through all these decades?
Um, I mean, this band is its own heart, the band has heart. We don't quit, we work harder than we'll outwork everybody.
Mhm.
We're right now on tour and I'll be home 8 days and I'm gone for 9 weeks. I didn't tour like that when I was 25,
Yeah,
but we believe in this album so much that we're just going for it.
yeah,
And the band, we have heart. We don't stop. I mean, I've played 17 shows in a row with broken ribs after a fall, like that's fucking miserable. A
yeah,
lot of bands would have quit. We don't quit. We play through injuries and illness and this band just never wants to cancel a show and I see other bands cancel shows over the most minor shit and I'm like and I think and I'm not going to name names but like that band has no heart
hmm yeah, yeah.
you
It's really
know
important. It's a really good motivational thing to hear as well in terms of like don't quit. So Gary, I have to ask as well, like this interview is brilliant, but I have to ask a Slayer question, obviously.
yeah, go ahead.
So what's maybe one of the most unexpected things you've learned while playing with Slayer?
Say that again. I'm sorry, what was the
That's
question?
okay. I'm very, very Scottish. It's
No,
okay.
no, the connection got a little garbly for a second.
What's the most unexpected thing you've learned while playing with Slayer?
Most unexpected thing I've learned. I don't know. I learned a lot about the business of like a proper, well-oiled touring machine. I took a lot of that from the band. Musically, we're just playing thrash metal. It's different, and it's different from Exodus, and I had to learn how to adapt my way of thinking to adapt to learning the Slayer riffs, because they write differently, and after a while you can kind of get into their head a little. But yeah, I learned a lot about just the how the machinery runs.
Yeah, that's cool. And the metal scene's changing, it's constantly evolving and it's changing very quickly. So I wondered, Gary, if you had any sort of if there was any sort of new and upcoming bands or younger bands that have maybe grabbed your attention recently.
Yeah, I just finished, and I still haven't listened to the final mix. I just finished producing a demo for a band from the area where I live called Parabellum, and they're insane. They're
Cool.
insane. They're kids. Only one of them's old enough to drink.
Wow.
The drummer's 17, and he's just a machine, and he's been playing 2 years.
That's awesome.
The guitar player singer is like the sickest rhythm player in the world. He like down picks like vintage Hetfield at his best, and these kids are young and they're still developing, so they're going to be insane.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Gary, let's say that you were never a musician, okay? What do you think you would be doing? Like, what did you want to be when you were small other than a musician?
Oh, before I ever played guitar, I wanted to be a paleontologist.
Oh, wow. That's
That's all I
cool.
cared about was dinosaurs. My whole youth, all I wanted to do was go to college and get a degree and go dig up dinosaur bones. And now some people say we are dinosaurs, so I guess it's all full circle. But yeah, that's all. That was my one interest, and then I discovered marijuana, and it changed everything. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
I started getting high, and like I want to play guitar now.
yeah. I don't care about dinosaurs anymore.
I still love dinosaurs.
So, Gary, here's a fun question. If Exodus were to cover a pop or a cheesy, like guilty pleasure song, what would it be?
I always thought Exodus could do a really cool version of Christina Aguilera, "Genie in a Bottle." It'd be
Oh,
like really cool.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think because it's got that cool double bass kick thing in it. I don't know. We've always been really good at dragging up some oddball cover songs anyway. But maybe Prince would do a hot thing.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
ace. Yeah.
yeah, or Sign of the Times. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. So, Gary, just to sort of wrap up our interview, I always love to ask this question to most people that I meet. Um, so I go by the nickname Sunshine Wheezy, and it's because I really
Sunshine what?
Sunshine Wheezy.
Weedy?
Wheezy.
Wheezy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's just short for Louise, really.
Yeah, yeah.
But the sunshine part is because I really like to try and spread sunshine wherever I go, through like encouragement or advice, particularly because I do think the metal community do have their own mental health challenges. So,
Certainly.
Gary, if you were to spread some sunshine in the form of like advice or something that you've learned along the way, or something to just encourage your fans, what would it be?
Treat people how you'd like to be treated yourself. That's what I try to do. I try to be kind to people, and I believe in karma,
Yeah.
and I've been known to like give to tons of random GoFundMe's. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" Like, people need help. It's 50 fucking bucks. But
Yeah.
you know, if you can help other people, you do it, right?
Yeah.
And if you want people to treat you well, you treat other people well. Be nice.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Big love. Thank you so much, Gary. Well,
Thank you.
listen, that has been a pleasure and a total privilege to chat with you. Good luck with the album and the tour, especially as you visit Glasgow. And thank you so much for joining Moshville today.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
This episode is copyright the Moshville Times, introductory music by Elliot Alderman Broom, and any music used throughout the episode is copyright to the original performers and creators.